Well, Thursday night finds me out testing my new rooftop mounted thermal. It is a InfiRay Finder FH35 RV2 that I picked up from my buddy Tim at TX15 Optics. He also suggested the pan tilt unit, which he doesn't sell. He does things like night vision builds or thermal units, but the pan tilt unit is something we got off of Amazon. Just something for proof of concept. Here I am panning around, looking at the various hot spots in the distance and zooming in on them, trying to see what they are. I think that's going to be the engine from a lawnmower where the guy was mowing next door. Now the pan tilt unit has its own remote control, but the Finder is being run by the app, and the app actually works very well for the functions that it covers, but it does not cover activation of the laser rangefinder, unfortunately. And of course, with the unit on the roof, I can't adjust the focus, so I've got it just focused at about 230 yards or so. So it's kind of an infinite focus. And I've got some animals there in the distance, and I'm going to try to see what they are. The nice thing about having the rooftop unit is that it eliminates a lot of the shakiness when we're sitting still, but it is a little bit harder to move precisely on target at distance. Now we've got some animals in the distance. I need to know if they're hogs or not. Can I identify them as hogs or recognize them as hogs? What I'm looking for is some sort of key anatomical trait. This animal is going to lift its head up in the air right there. That's going to indicate that it's going to be something like a deer. It could be a goat. I don't know. I just know that it's not a hog. I don't need to go after it. But carpe sus. The next night finds me out hunting with Ben, and we've got a hog in the trees. We're driving down the road. We spotted the hog. Ben has already gotten out of the truck. He's very slowly trying to get his rifle out. And the hog realizes something is up. The wind is blowing right towards the hog. It's sniffing the air. And Ben is trying to be very, very quiet. And I'm not getting out of the truck. I'm just sitting inside the truck watching the feed on my cell phone. And Ben seems to be doing an excellent job of not moving too quickly, not making noise. But that's not going to help him with the wind. And the hog is still agitated. Still sniffing the air. About this time, Ben is up on his shooting sticks. He's trying to get lined up on the hog, and the hog turns on him. I hit the wrong button. Hog's presented a backside, and the hog is then going to, from my view, just walk behind this tree. And Ben says he ducked down into the creek, and that's where we lost him. Moving on to the next property, I'm out with my Rick Sleep L6 thermal weapon sight, and we've got a pig there in the distance. Ben's using a Super Hogster laser rangefinder from Bearing Optics. He's shooting a 6.5 Grendel with 120 grain Nosler boat tail hand loads, and I'm shooting a TX15 multipurpose carbine enhanced from Lone Star Armory in 6.5 Grendel, and I'm shooting Federal Spear TNT 90 grain ammunition. This hog is in the winter wheat, and we're worried about the structure behind it. That's going to be an outbuilding. We've got houses off to the right and off to the left as well. So this is going to be a situation where we don't have a lot of shot opportunities. We want to be lined up through the narrow channel between the houses and the outbuilding that you see right there. And so Ben and I are trying to jockey for position, getting the right angle on this hog. And most of the field is off to the left. We're thinking it's going to move off to the left, so we're just waiting on it to move in that direction. It's kind of in a corner behind a barn at this point. Corner of the pasture.
I'm good.
And this is what we call a one-shot and one-shot only shooting situation. We're going to take our opening shots. We're only cleared to shoot in this direction. We're not going to shoot if the hog runs.
3, 2, 1.
So we both shoot.
Let him go.
I tell him to let it go, and of course he's already going to do that anyway. That's just me telling myself as much as I'm telling Ben. And the hog runs, collapses there. And I asked Ben,
how far was the shot? Okay.
Both of the shots impacted the boar on the left shoulder, and only Ben's Nosler partition bullet came partially through, just sticking out of the skin. This is where I forget to turn off my Army Tech Wizard C2 Pro Max headlamp while taking the pictures of the hog. I will be talking about this lamp more in the future. In the meantime, there's a 15% discount if you're interested in their products.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
The boar came in at 170 pounds, and he was our last boar of the night. Carpe sus, my friends.